Hello, welcome to MindTrek.net gaming server. I'm currently on the bridge of the Enterprise C, the ProBird build. I'm also on my AMD system because my latest GTX card failed last night. It was the fifth card I've received from EVGA. It was a warranty RMA replacement card. Back in November of last year, I had a original 560 card, and it developed a bad fan bearing and died. And EVGA sent me another 560. It had a bad fan bearing. Excuse me, that card was just DOA, wouldn't even start. Then they sent me a second 560 card, and it too had a bad fan bearing. And I'll be honest with you, I think it was the same card I originally sent them. All they did was peel off the serial number sticker and stick a new serial number on it and send it out to me. Anyways, they sent me a couple more cards after that. Both of those cards were 570s, and they both had an inherent issue. They would generate really odd random driver errors with Windows, and upon research found out that the 570s had an inherent issue with that. So the guys over at EVGA, they stepped up and they sent me a refurbished, recertified 660 card. And that was at the end of January, early February, and I ran that card, and I ran that thing 24/7 pretty much, and it never gave me any problems at all. It worked beautifully until last night. And last night it crashed on me pretty hard, and I did everything I could to recover from it, but it was a dead card. Anyways, EVGA is skeptical, understandably so, about this latest issue. And oops, I forgot that I had the compass on. Anyways, we're on the next deck. They're skeptical, of course, but their tech support guy called me and after my forum post and said that they will do what they can do to help me with the problem. So they're going to send me a new card. I think it's going to be a 760, but I'm not sure. I told them I'd pay the difference between the cost of the 660 and the 760, but I priced out the 760s, and they're about the same price as the 660s, so I think it's going to be an even swap. Besides that, EVGA didn't even bring that up, so kudos to them. But he also suggested there might be some issues with my system. I don't think it is my system, to be perfectly honest with you, because the first card that they sent me, it just wouldn't start. It was a bad card. Plain and simple, it was bad. The second card, it worked. It worked great, but it had a bad fan bearing. And the third card, or excuse me, the third and fourth card were 570 cards, and they both worked, but they kept generating errors, driver errors, and those errors were directly linked to a 570 GPU issues. The 570, doesn't matter who manufactured them, they were just bad cards. Anywho, so they sent me the 660, and the 660 worked just fine until last night. No issues, nothing. I didn't have any power surges. I've got really good redundant power backups. Solid 80 plus bronze power supply, 600 watt, which is more than enough to run the card. No other. I have 1,000 watt power backup, cyber power backup system, and if I'd gotten a power spike or anything that could have damaged the card, it would have also damaged the rest of my system, and I didn't see that happening. The only other thing I think it might be, or could possibly be, because I'm going to stick the card, I'm going to try it again in another computer here in a minute, but the only other thing that it could be is I just upgraded to a 240 gig SSD, and I've had some oddball instances where the system is hung on me, but I don't think that was the case here. I think this was just the card. A solder point failed, it got a speck of dust in it, hair crossed it, I have no idea. Could have been a bad capacitor. Those Chinese capacitors are absolute crap, and we all know that. So, and I think EVGA knows it too, and because when I talked to their tech support guy, Chris, I think he understood that I knew what I was doing. I'm not an amateur or a noob when it comes to this stuff, and I've built, I don't know, half a dozen systems in the last 6 months. They all have EVGA cards in them, and none of those systems have had any problems. In fact, I took the 660 out of my stepbrother's computer and put in mine, and it worked just fine. So the only thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and, I can't afford it, but better to be safe than sorry. I'm going to upgrade my power supply to a 750 Platinum. And I'm going to go ahead and replace my old Dell monitor with a newer ASUS version monitor. It's the only thing I can think of doing. I know they have absolutely nothing to do with why the cards failed, but just for peace of mind, I want to try that as possible. You know, keep things to keep double checking on stuff and to avoid any future problems. Plus, I think a 750 watt would meet my needs better, even though the 600 does just fine. I just feel a little bit more comfortable if I had a 750. It'll make my backup power drain faster, but it should only be on a few minutes until the system powers off anyways, if in the event I lose power. This is like a quarantine area. So I'm on the AMD system until I get the new card. Chris says it'll be the tech support guy at AMD, AMD at EVGA says that it'll be a few days before I get it. They want to test it, pull it from their warehouse, test it, make sure it works, and then ship it off to me. I have high hopes that that'll fix the problem once and for all, but this is a security section here. I don't know. I really don't know. I think the problem with EVGA cards are the fact that when whoever does the recertification, refurbishing of the cards is lazy or doesn't know what they're doing, or I don't know. I can't really say what the issue is, but I do know that the cards they work. The 570s worked. They just generated errors. The first card that was sent to me, that was a dead on arrival card. That was straight up a failed card. And the second one they sent me, it was a straight up, it worked, but the fan on it was bad. And ironically, in retrospect, I'm willing to bet it was my original card, and they just swapped out the serial number tags and sent it back to me, thinking, well, he'll never know the difference. And come on, if I send it in for a bad fan, you send me back a card with a bad fan, I think I'm going to know this difference. Yeah, it was games like that. And I don't know. I can't say what'll happen with this card, but what I'm willing to do is I'm going to install this card, the new card coming from EVGA, into this system that I'm on now, my AMD system, and I'm going to run it on this system for 6 months. If the card doesn't fail, then I'll switch it over back to the Intel system. If the card does fail, then I'll know that it's not my system, it's the shit that's coming from EVGA, and then I will never buy another EVGA product again, and I won't recommend them. I love EVGA. I use their cards emphatically. I recommend them for people for builds. I've generated a lot of sales for EVGA. I don't build for money. I build for to help people and for the fun of building a system. That's pretty much the way I do it. I'm not in it for money or anything. I wouldn't accept money for building a system. But I can't risk recommending cards that aren't good. And frankly, man, this ship really needs to be updated and finished as well. At this point, the only cards I have never tried an ASUS video card, but if this EVGA card is DOA, I'm going to spring for an ASUS card. In fact, I might even go for two AMD R80s, one for each system, because I'd like to upgrade the graphics on this computer. The card on this one's pretty old. It's a couple of years old, and I don't use the system that much. In fact, I think the most I ever used the system was at the end of the year when I was having the problems with the 570 cards. And I really like how this AMD system works. It's got the ASUS Sabertooth FX990 motherboard, and it comes with a 5-year warranty, so I should burn through it because I think my Intel board's actually off warranty now, so I'd have to replace it if I had any problems, and I don't really want to spend the money. I mean, the fact that I got to buy that I'm buying a new power supply and monitor is expensive enough. money doesn't grow on trees, and I really, this is really kind of B5-ish looking. I really hate spending money. I really do. It makes me sick to spend money, especially when I have to buy redundant parts that I know aren't bad, but they just, for peace of mind, I should go ahead and replace them. It is what it is. Anyways, so this video is also a test video to record on the AMD system using Fraps. It took me a while to get it dialed in. I hope it's going to look okay, but we'll have to wait till it's uploaded to YouTube to see how it looks. Ooh, fusion reactors. Yep, I remember making these. Yeah, I'm here on the sea. I'm just kind of roaming around the sea, and I realize this is a really big ship. This is the Probert build. It does need to be updated. I will grant that. She is she needs some updating. I can just say that. In all honesty, I should go ahead and start focusing back on updating this build, but I really want to take my time and build some other ships first before I actually get into updating again. And I think everybody understands why. It's just it's fun to build, but it's a lot more fun to build something you're interested in instead of having to go back and revisit all your old builds and revise and update them. Although, you know, this would not be it would be a revision, update / completion kind of a thing. Again, look at these. These are the old style torpedoes. They would need to be updated to the new style torpedo. I thought I already did that. I must have started, because look, they're missing. But I guess we had a server rollback, I recall, after I did this. So I wonder if the stuff I did upstairs also got replaced. Probably did. I think I can just... yep, right here. Yeah, if it did get replaced, you know, I can't tell, to be honest with you. Yeah, I did. A server rollback happened because I'd put machinery on top of here. So, and I'd filled in some other stuff through here and fixed a few things that were done. Yeah. Oh well, you know, stuff happens. Yeah, this was all replaced. Now I got to go back in and redo it. Oh well, server rollbacks are a thing that happens. We can't avoid it. See, this was all fixed as well. So, yep. Damn it. And I don't remember all that I fixed, and all I know is that I started in the back here, and I went through like 5 or 6 decks fixing stuff, and now I got to go back through all those decks and remember what it was I fixed. And I did fix this, by the way. Let me go ahead and switch out of the compass and see what's under here. In fact, yeah, see, there's that, which is Ergo Narkit. Oh well. What I'll do is I gotta go do this to the other side as well. I'm gonna break these, better highlight that, and I'm gonna put it. I can't do this. How about that? There we go. Come on. Yeah. I'm also using my back to my Corsair mouse on the AMD, and it's not as I don't know the word I'm looking for. It's not as tactilely as my other one. My G-Skill wireless gaming mouse. Alright, so I guess it is that way. I think these are like refueling ports, so I'm going to go ahead and just leave it the way it is, and we will crap out that, and I'm going to go ahead, since I'm going to eventually update this anyways, I'll switch to my new favorite block, the black stained clay, and I'll put that down here and right up there. There we go. Now I got to go do it to this side over here before I forget what I've done, and that would be good. Yeah, I did. I went through here and finished a bunch of these rooms up, and oh well. Put bathrooms in all these decks. I went through all these decks, so yeah, well. Easy come, easy go. Can you do? It's Minecraft. You know, somebody probably did something on the server, and M had to roll it back to fix it. And granted, I'm not innocent. I've done some bad things using Wii that have caused some issues for folks. So, yeah, we can generate some bad things. Anyways, this video has already gone a little bit longer than I anticipated, so I do appreciate you watching. Again, this is the Mindtrack.net game server, and hope you have a nice day. And damn it, I replaced all these too with black. Now they're all iron again. Son of a gun. Alrighty, thanks for watching, and see you soon.